This is the Dope Black Dads podcast. My name is Marvin Harrison, and today I am not talking to just a radio host and a TV presenter. It's just going to be me and my friend Rickie, who I've known for many, many years, and we're going to be exploring mental, physical, and emotional well-being, but not just in general, but specifically around a test that we have both taken and that we have both found incredibly useful in terms of determining how much we are doing too much. We're here with Rickie Haywood-Williams, dad, broadcaster, Liverpool fan. I judge him for that more than pretty much anything else. And if you've grown up with him, you know about the music, the bands, the TV shows, the incredible career at MTV, the incredible career at BBC, Kiss Radio, breakfast shows, Soccer Aid, and more. But what you don't know is what happens when the cameras are off, the studio is closed, and it's just him by himself. No children, no partners, just him. And that's where you ask the big question. Is this sustainable? Because if you're in between 35 and 60, you already know the script. There's late nights, early alarms, convenience food, a complete lack of sleep. All of these things are barriers to your best self. And you can keep telling yourself that right now is just a little bit busier than normal, but this has been the new normal for too long. The NHS has launched a Healthy Choices Quiz, and it just takes 5 minutes to complete, and it's absolutely free. You can do it on your phone, you can do it online, and it does the thing that most other people aren't able to do, which is hold a mirror up to you and your habits. Food, smoking, vaping, sleeping, all of those things are on there. I got 7 out of 10. Not bad, but way more that I can do. University College London believed that 19 million of us could improve our mood and our well-being by just making one change, one. So today with Rickie, we're going to be talking football, life, DJing, work, career, family, and even about his father, who we lost in January this year. We're going to be honest, and underneath all of that, we have one thing that we really want to know. What does it actually cost you to live on autopilot? And what is the cost of continuing? Rickie, how are you doing, man?
Marvin, very good to see you, my brother. This has been a long time coming, I feel.
You know what? We could, and the thing is, we can do this again. We should do this again. Because the other day I was looking through my old Facebook and I found a picture of me, you, and Melvin in Departure Lounge in Aldgate DJing. This
Bro,
is
I remember that like it
2011.
was yesterday. I
The question
remember that
is,
like it was yesterday.
the question is, who out of the three of us aged the best? This is the question.
Do you know what? On a real, you haven't changed. You look very, very, obviously you got the beard now. The beard
Yeah,
is fuller,
as a bit of
but
a
you ain't
struggle
changed
before.
a lot, you know? At least you can grow a beard, my bro. I can't even grow a beard, so let's not even go down that road.
We're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about Liverpool, and we're not going to talk about your beard. So, Rickie, tell us, for people seeing your face in this campaign for the first time, how do you describe your role in the Healthy Choices Quiz, and why do you want people to support it?
So my role, along with Melvin, I guess we're kind of spokespeople, as it were, for the Healthy Choices Quiz. And it's basically just a quiz, like it's like an online health assessment that helps you get one step closer to having a healthier lifestyle. And it's free to do. It takes about 5 minutes. It's super quick. And, you know, it's a really good thing because I think, with the stresses of everyday life and being in the rat race and kind of like, everyone's doing their thing and whether it's they're doing their jobs or their family life or whatever it might be, sometimes your health can get put to the wayside. You think you might be doing healthy things, you think you might be, making those small incremental changes that are helping, but until you actually give yourself a little MOT, give yourself a little assessment, you might be able to make like big strides with actually not that much work.
You did an amazing video as well with you and Melvin. What did you want people to learn about you that they don't see in your radio and TV life?
Do you know what? Just that we're adults now. We're fully grown men with, lives that we're past the stage of, partying, even though we are DJs. So we are still around that kind of area of our lives with regards to, maybe going out and, not drinking as much anymore, but we do still party. But on the flip side of that, we are older, we are more mature, and we do take our health, more seriously now. Whereas, in your 20s, you don't really think about it too much. You feel like you're going to be fit, like fancy free for the whole of your life. Feel like you're going to be able to run for the bus and run up and down stairs without any problems for most of your life. And then you get to a certain age where you start to think, you know what, I need to work at this to make sure that in another 10 years time, I can still do all the things that I actually want to do. I still want to be able to, do things with my family. I've got a young family now as well. So I want to be able to, still go out on the football field and, and kick a ball around with my son. Or, sports day is a big thing for me. I don't know about you, Marv, but like when sports day comes around, I'm very, very competitive. So I want to make sure that I'm still representing. My daughter's 13 now. So I think I was 31 when I had my daughter. So, when it came to sports day, I was still that guy. But my son is 3. So by the time his sports days come around, I'm going to be a bit older. So I'm going to be the older statesman. So I want to make sure that I can still represent for the family name.
Ricky, I'm gonna be really honest, right? If you're like, I gave up on sports day a very long time ago. And you know what's so funny? Yeah, I'm really good at the tug of war, and everybody's like,
Okay, yeah.
Marvin's here for the tug of war. So everyone tries to come on my side because I've won 4 years in a row. But the sprint, no, thank you. That just sounds like injuries to me.
Bro, the last time I did it, right? I lined up. I lined up with all the other dads, and I was like, I looked to the left, I was like, I got this. I looked to the right, I was like, I got this. At the last moment, some guy came out of nowhere. He had like these beautiful dreads that kind of were, were like down to his shoulder. He was wearing sportswear from head to toe. He looked like a baller, like a footballer of some kind. He had on the most pristine trainers. And I was like, oh, it must be someone's brother or something. But no, he was just a young dad. And we raced, the gun went, we set off, and I did all right, but it was like a photo finish. And it was at that moment that I thought to myself, you know what? My days are numbered. My days of doing
Mm.
this, they are numbered now. They are numbered. So yeah, I hear
Uh,
what you're saying.
So what would you say is the key message? What message are we trying to take home for everybody that comes across this campaign?
So I think the key message is very, very simple. It's a free online quiz to help you get one step closer to having a healthier lifestyle. Like I said, it's a free quiz. It takes a matter of minutes to kind of get through, and it's actually it's actually a bit of an eye opener as well because the questions are very, very simple. They're based around just everyday life, whether that's eating, like your daily intake of food and how your eating patterns are, your sleeping patterns, how much movement you get into your day, how much alcohol you might drink, things like that. And it basically just figures out what you're doing well and what you're doing not so well, or maybe something that you could improve on. And it just gives you nice little steps or nice little kind of bits of advice. There are loads of information that comes up at the end of doing the quiz. So I've done the quiz maybe 3 or 4 times now, right? So the first time I did it, when we first got involved in the campaign, I was like, yeah, let me take
Mm.
this quiz. So I did the quiz and went through all the stages, and it came out the other end, and I got a 7 out of 10. Now, I was speaking to Melbourne at the time, and Melbourne got an 8 out of 10 first time he did it. So straight away, I'm like, no, no, no,
I can
no,
see
no,
what
no,
happened.
no. Yeah, yeah, straight away. I'm like, no, I need to make some improvements. Now, the things that they tell you, the information that they give you, there's loads of advice on there. They kind of like put apps in front of you that you might be able to use, make use of, give you like links to websites and things the NHS offer. It's really, really interesting. With regards to food, they give you like recipes that you could try, with regards to like maybe like intake of your five a day, which I thought I was quite good, but I could do way better with my five a day. And just little
Mm.
things like, buy your fruit, chop it up, and just like, prepare it so it's in your fridge ready in like Tupperware. And rather than
Yeah.
having like a snack where it's like a biscuit or you're having like something that's, bit more sugary, just go to like the Tupperware box and maybe have some pineapple or some watermelon or something. And that will that will feed your kind of your snackisms when you want to snack. Go to the fruit
Yeah.
instead. Stuff like that.
You know what? I was just thinking, you obviously got two kids and you've been doing your work for a long time. Like, what motivates
Mm,
you to stay healthy at this point? Is it you? Is it just like how do you feel? Is it like the children? Because for me, it's like it was me at first. Like, I wanted to feel good. I wanted to remember what my body felt like at 22. But then more
yeah,
recently, watching my kids, I'm like, oh, I want to be a granddad. I want to see my grandchildren.
yeah.
I never really thought about it in the same way in my body before. What's motivating you at the moment to
Mm.
keep going?
It's a bit of both, you know. So I get that with when you've got a family, a young family especially, and you want to make sure that you're around to see them live and prosper. But I think first and foremost, you want to do it for yourself because the bottom line is, for me personally, I want to make sure that that I'm independent for as long as I possibly can be. I don't want to hinder my children. I want to because I haven't lived a healthier lifestyle. So I want to do it for myself first, and I want to be able to still enjoy myself and my body and my vitality for as long as possible. So that's the first thing. But then you're right. Secondary, you want to be there for your kids. You want to be there to, do all the things that our parents were able to do with us. Because most people of our generation had children slightly later. So we're already kind of uh, at a bit of a disadvantage with regards to time compared to what our parents were. My mum was like 21 when she had me. My dad was, I think, 20, and they had
Mm,
they'd bought their first house by the time they were, like 23, 24, which I,
wow.
I couldn't even think about buying a house at 23, 24, but that was their
Yeah.
generation. Does that make sense? So for me, yeah, first and foremost, it's for me personally. I was lucky enough to do something with ITV a little while back. It was something called Soccer Aid. I'm sure you must have heard of it, yeah?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
It's like a big charity game that they put on, and I was lucky enough to be able to go on there.
Sick.
And I was, yeah, man, it was one of the most incredible experiences of my life. I was on there when I got to play with Ronaldinho, I got to play with Cafu, all of these incredible Yapstam, Berbatov, all of these incredible
Wow.
players. But Marv, I swear to you, the first day of training, this is day one, Monday
Mm,
morning, about 11 o'clock, everyone goes out into the field, we're all training, and I'm there with Cafu, Dida, like Brazilian legends, and we're about to like do some drills. And someone whips a ball in from the corner, and I had to go up for a header with Cafu.
mm.
And I'm thinking this is my time to shine. Let me show you. Let me show them what I've got. Let me show them I've got a bit of strength. Let me show them I've got a bit of techers. I've gone up for this header with Cafu, and obviously he's completely like smashed it and he's headed the ball away. But as I've landed and I've jarred my knee slightly. It didn't land badly. I just landed quite
Yeah.
heavy, and my knee was absolutely killing me, like absolutely killing me. Went to the doctor. He was like, "Don't worry, it's not a big deal. Like you've just jarred it slightly. Put some ice on it when you get home. You'll be fine." It wasn't fine. It wasn't fine. It hampered me and has hampered me ever since. And that was a few years back. And it just goes to
Wow.
show it's okay now. It's okay now,
Mm,
but it just goes to show that we don't heal as quickly as we used to. Like, so you have to do
yes.
everything in your power to make sure that you are, as healthy as you can be, and you're doing everything in your power to kind of make sure that you're fighting on all fronts with regards to health.
Yes. When our inner Wolverine has finally left us.
You're
When you think about the
100%.
people that you do it for, do they know that this is what you do it for? How much you sacrifice, how many hours you work, and what the goal is? Do you think they understand, or is it a little bit of like, you're my dad, and what else would you do?
My daughter kind of understands. She's 13 now. She knows what I do for a living. She knows that I work a lot of hours, and she doesn't really care. All
Mm,
she really cares about, like, now that's a lie. No, she does care. She is quite conscientious. Like if it's her birthday or if Christmas is coming around, and I say things like, what would you like, and tell me a few things, and I'll surprise you out of like a list of three or four or whatever it might be. And she's like, Dad, don't worry. Like, I know that the bills are high at the moment. She's very across like current affairs and things like that. She knows the cost of living crisis is a big deal. So she's quite conscientious with regards to things like that. Um, but yeah, in terms of health, then she does care about my health. To be fair, she does care about my health. She's always saying things like, Dad, make sure that you're getting your steps in, your daily steps in.
yeah.
You're not as young as you used to be. Takes the mick out of me a little bit, to be fair.
And if your daughter was to take on your exact lifestyle and live the exact life you do with the amount of hours of sleep, the amount of hours you work, the amount of times you pick up your phone, would you be proud of her? Would you be happy?
It's a great, it's a great question. Um, so food wise, yes.
Mm,
Sleep wise, my daughter and I are very, very similar. And we can both massively improve on our sleep. And the NHS Healthy Choices Quiz did tell me that my sleep could be better. Um, Not because I don't get enough sleep, but it's the quality of my sleep that, I like maybe not watching things too soon before you go to bed, the blue light situation, your phone,
yeah.
the TV before you go to sleep. I do that. I'm the sort of person that I like to go to sleep watching something. Like, but that's not good. That's not good. So I can improve on that. And my daughter's the same. She does a similar thing. The amount of times I've had to go into her bedroom and turn off the TV, the 11 o'clock at night when she's been asleep for an hour and a half or whatever. So
Mhm.
she can improve on that as well.
So, would you be proud of her? This is the question. Would you be proud of her?
I think I would be. I think with regards to phone use, that's my bugbear. But
Mm,
a lot of the things that I do on my phone are for work. Like literally before I came on this call, there were things that I had to post and repost that I've been waiting for to happen all day, but I couldn't do it until somebody sent me something. So, you're checking your phone all the time. And I don't like the relationship that my daughter sometimes has with her phone. Like a lot of teenagers, it's not. I'm not saying anything like anything new, but she's very, 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 very close to her phone is how I should put it. My excuse is a lot of it is for work. Most of it is for work. And when I'm not working, I tend to put my phone down and try not to use it as much to the point where when I do go back to my phone, I've missed a whole leap of stuff, like loads of emails, loads of
mm.
messages.
Us,
Me and Mel were in
Liverpool are
loads of
4
group
nil down.
chats. Marv, it's too soon. Marv, it's too soon, bro. It's too soon for that. But yeah, myself and Mel, we're in a lot of group chats, like with, different aspects of our careers and things. And Melvin will be able to get back to people because Melvin's a single guy. Melvin, he's very, very busy, but he's a single guy. So he's able to do things very, very quickly. Whereas sometimes I haven't looked at my phone because I'm, helping my son. He's 3 years old. He might want a bit of rough play. I might have to change him or shower him or whatever it might be, take him out for a walk or whatever. And by the time I've come back, I like to be present, so I don't use my phone if I can. And by the time I come back and I still look at my phone, and sometimes it's like I've missed the whole day, even though it's like been about an hour and a half or something. So a lot of what I do is for work on my phone. But if my daughter was to be on the phone as much as I am, I wouldn't be proud of that because it's a lot. And I do think that, for young people, they're missing out on a lot of a lot of skills that we gained when we were younger due to the fact that they're so glued to their phones. Like sometimes, and I caveat that with this, like my daughter was part of the how can we put it, the COVID generation. So she had the whole homeschooling thing, and we know that there's like a big kind of issue with a lot of children, a lot of young people that went through that, and they have a little bit of social anxiety now. Like nothing major. Like my daughter will go into a shop maybe, or will be in a restaurant, and she might say something like, "Oh, Dad, can you order the food for me?" And I'm like, "Why?" Just tell her what you just tell them what you want. And she's like, no, 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 Dad, please do it for me, do it for me. I don't want to do it. And I do believe that is down to the fact that, she's come through all of that with so many others, but also her phone as well. And sometimes I'm just like, put your phone down, just put it away. Your friends are still going to be there in a couple of hours' time, and just be present. And when she does that, her whole demeanor changes. So yeah, the phone thing is a big thing for me. So if my daughter's doing as much phone time as me, I wouldn't be proud of that.
Do you consider yourself successful?
I look at success. I was told very, very young that success, and it's a cliche, is a journey, not a destination. So, in any one minute, any one moment, any one time, am I healthy? Yes. Am I happy? Yes. My family are healthy. They're happy. We've got a roof over our heads. We can do fun stuff. So I deem that as success. If we're talking about career, I deem that as success as well because I've been lucky enough to be doing what I love for a very, very long time. It's very, very rare that I speak to people who went to school, college, university, and had an idea of what they wanted to do and are doing that very thing years later after studying for it. Like I was lucky enough to go to the Brit School, amazing institution. And then I went on to do like a similar thing. I did like broadcast journalism, I did media. So that encompassed all the things I'm doing now. Radio, we used to have like an internal radio station called Brit FM that we used to do like lunch times and break times. And then like that's how I met Melvin. Myself and Melvin did like university radio together with like a lot of our other friends, Charles Duke, Russell, who you might know as well, Russell Evans. So to be doing what I practiced to do, what I studied to do years later is a blessing. And we've done like a lot of TV stuff over the years as well. And the opportunities, they're always there, man. They're always there. It's just being present, being ready to say yes to things, and yeah, just keep yourself open to opportunities. And a good thing about the Healthy Choices Quiz as well is that if you follow the things that it tells you, you can make sure that you're always in a good disposition to be able to do stuff. Because I get offered a lot of stuff where your health is a big part of it. Your health is a big part. Are you in a healthy disposition? Can you do, whether it's, I don't know, celebrity SAS? Can you go on these shows? So if you're not in the right frame of, right frame of body, you might miss these opportunities.
What would you say the invisible cost is for the success that you have created? What do people not get to see?
The invisible cost of what we do. For me personally, the invisible cost is maybe tiredness. Like as doing what we do, like I did a breakfast show for many, many years. So, that comes with its kind of difficult challenges. But like even now, we do a lot of different things, whether it's podcasts, whether it's been on the radio. Sometimes you got to be away from your family. Like sometimes you get a gig that comes through, whether it's like a DJ gig. You've booked us for DJ gigs in the past, but we now get booked for gigs all over the place, whether it's different countries. We just did a gig in Cyprus over the summer. We were on tour with Will Smith. We had to cover like hundreds of miles, like traveling up and down the country to keep up with him, like while he was on tour. We went from Scarborough to Cardiff to Brixton to all over to Wolverhampton. We traveled the length and breadth of the country. So people don't really see that. They see the stuff that you post up on social media, and sometimes it can look like it's all kind of like glossy and fun, and it is 100% that. But also it's a bit like an iceberg, isn't it? People see the top part of the iceberg, they don't see like all the grind underneath, and like the petrol stations, the service stations that you got to like pull up in because you're too tired, and you got to make sure that you're not going to drive tired. You got to pull over and pay for parking that you don't want to pay for, and the parking you got to pay for, so you can have a sleep in the car park for like an hour on the way home in the middle of the night. That could be tough.
I think about, I have a story that I tell myself, right, for the hard times. And when I'm at my most overwhelmed, I tell myself like, this is for my kids. Or I tell myself, I'm doing this because I'm being of service to somebody else. What's the story that you tell yourself in the hardest times?
Do you know what? I think for a long time, my motivation was my mother. Like most like young black men, women that are, able to progress in their careers and do well and kind of, go that one step further in the rung of the ladder than their parents have. You want to help repay them, because obviously there's a lot of sacrifice, as we know, that our parents made for us, whether it be in Caribbean or African culture. There's a lot of sacrifice that gets made by our parents. Like, so we know that. And I feel like it's not uncommon to hear that, when we start to make it or do well, that we want to help our parents, whether that's financially, whether that's, emotionally, or whatever it might be. But for a long time, it was my mum and my family, like my immediate family. And then I started to do really well. And then it became my extended family, because I wanted to help everyone. I was like, let me just help. I can help everyone. Yeah. I wanted to help everyone, Marv. You know how it is. And
Mm.
yeah, it got to the point when I started to think to myself, okay, everyone now comes to me for help for whatever it might be. I'm not just talking financial. I'm talking about it might be, oh, we've got a birthday party for our little one. Is it okay if we have it at your house or like, whatever it might
Oh,
be? There's always something. There's always
could you
something.
DJ?
Bro, that's the other thing. That's the other thing. Going into like your cousin's schools to do talks and like whatever it might be, which you're happy to do. But there comes a point when you kind of go, okay, I need to kind of like I need to rein it in a little bit because this is quite overwhelming. It can be overwhelming if you're, a beacon of light in like amongst like your whole family. So sometimes you have to take time for yourself because you can get burnt out. You can get burnt out. But yeah, my motivation was my mum and my immediate family at first. And then I just thought to myself, do you know what? I need to start focusing on myself and looking out for like because for a long time, mother, even when we first met, I used to live, I used to work for MTV and I used to work for Kiss FM, and one was in Oxford Street and one was in Camden. So I used to live like dead in the middle in King's Cross slash Angel, and I was renting because I couldn't afford to buy somewhere, but I was renting, thinking I'm doing the best thing because I'm by both of my workplaces and it's just very, very convenient. But then after a little while, I was like, this ain't it. I'm spending like money that I could be putting towards a house. I could have bought my mum a house like at this point. Like I was like, you need to figure out like, I didn't have anyone to tell me like, this is the way that you probably should do it. Maybe invest or do this or do that. I was just kind of working it out as I was going along. And then I got to an age where I thought to myself, I want to have something to show for the hard work that I've put in. Because getting up or not getting up sometimes at like 4 in the morning to do a breakfast show is can be tough. It can be tough sometimes when you've got, the Mobos inviting you out to host an award or present an award, and you've got the Brits asking you to do the red carpet for, a show that they've got going on. It can be a lot if you're burning the candle at both ends. But yeah, I thought to myself at one point, let me do some stuff that I can potentially pass down to my kids if I have kids. At that point, I had no kids. So that's when I started to look into kind of, making sure that I had a nest egg or two to kind of, make sure that I'm secure.
The more I'm observing you and thinking, and I'm going back to what you said earlier about how when your first score was 7 out of 10 when you did this quiz, right? And then you went back and you did it again. Well, I got 7 out of 10 and I was satisfied. So now I feel like I need bigger dreams. I'm gonna go back and tweak some things and eat some tomatoes.
What did it say? What did it say? What did it say you had to improve on?
My big thing was food, and I know it's food. I
Right,
comfort
right.
eat all the time, and I
I did the
think this
same.
my story is I don't have enough comfort in other parts of my life. I do hard things all day, every day, all the time, and
Yeah.
so if I have a snack, then it's fine. But I'm not taking from the same realm. I'm not like taking hard things and then like swapping it with easy things. I'm eating,
Mm.
which my
Yeah.
body is
Yeah.
only determining that I'm eating. So I
Do you
need.
know? Do you know what as well though, Marv? We do the same thing, but especially because I know that you're a busy guy. I see you on TV. I see you on TikTok. I see you on Instagram. You're always doing something, and a lot of that time can get eaten if you don't prepare your food. If you don't like think ahead, because I eat when I'm hungry. I don't prepare stuff like normally. I'm like I'm hungry. What can I eat? Whereas other people that I know go, I know I'm going to be hungry, so I'm going to do this now so that when I am hungry, I'm prepared. Whereas I don't do that. Like, do you know what I mean? And when you're doing jobs like we do, and when you're in the media, sometimes you can go to a TV show. TV shows they're really bad for this. They'll get you a dressing room before you go out and do your thing or whatever, and it's very very hospitable, and there'll be like a stack of crisps, chocolate.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like really, really unhealthy things. They do put fruit there as well, but the temptation is there. Do you know what I mean? It's a quick fix, isn't it? So it's really easy to be able to kind of go down that road. So I hear what you're saying 100%. But that's why, the healthy choices quiz, like it's smashed it for me because it's given me little tips that made me think, okay, that's quite easy to do. I can easily do that and eat more healthy on a daily basis. Like it's just little incremental things. Like I said before, like just preparing your fruit before, or making sure that you just get some juices in or whatever. It's quite easy. It's quite easy. One thing
Was
that
there
I have
anything
done.
that made, I was saying, was there anything that made you feel uncomfortable that you read when you looked at it? Or was there anything that you read and was like, I really have been hiding on this one thing and it's really going to bring it home to me now because I can't hide. It's in writing.
Well, yeah, when I first did the quiz, I think it said my movement wasn't good. And if you think about what we do for a living, like the majority of the time during the week, when we're working, we're sitting down in front of a microphone like I'm doing now, just talking into a microphone. You're static and you're not really doing anything. I used to do a podcast with a couple of Premier League footballers, Mikel Antonio and Callum Wilson, and they used to
Yes.
rinse me all the time because they were like, bro, like all you do all day is sit in front of a microphone. Like you're not getting you need to get your steps in.
Don't
Like you
let
need
them
to
judge you because they run around for a living.
But they
They get
used to
paid more
rinse
as well.
me.
It's not fair.
Yeah, they get paid a lot. They get paid a lot more. They get paid a lot more. But movement was a big thing. And I thought to myself, okay, let me see what it kind of suggests for me to kind of to do. And little things like rather than, getting to I travel in from like Surrey, like Bromley, Kent sort of area. Traveling by train and I get to Victoria and I get the tube to Oxford Circus. But really and truly, I could walk. Like, and I have walked before. When there's a tube strike, I have no reason but to walk because there's no choice. And it takes about half an hour. It doesn't take long at all. So if I just give myself an extra half an hour to get to work, I can get my steps in and do way more than what I actually need to do like in a day. If I walk there and walk back, that's job done. You're doing that. That will make a massive difference.
So we have been avoiding this a little bit, although I did kind of bring it up. But you are a Liverpool fan. So if your life right now was a football club, which football club would it be and why, based on current form?
Okay, well, it wouldn't be Liverpool. Because as a club, we're in turmoil. I don't. It's this. This is the first time these words are coming out of my mouth. We are in turmoil right now, and it's been hard to accept because 6 months ago we were champions. Like, what is going on? But yeah, a lot's
I
happened.
don't think I've seen a drop off as significant from a championship winning team.
Maybe Leicester, maybe
Maybe
Chelsea.
Leicester.
Chelsea 2017 after
That
after
was bad.
Conte won.
I love
But
that
but
you've
you're
researched this.
bro,
You're
listen,
such a true fan.
I've got a lot of Arsenal and Man United fans. You have to have your stats ready for battle.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, I agree with you. It's been a massive drop off. So yeah, I wouldn't be Liverpool right now. With regards to a reflection of my life, I would maybe say, um, I'd probably go for Villa or Crystal Palace. I'll probably say Crystal Palace, mainly
Okay.
because
Yeah.
firstly, Crystal Palace should be my football team. I'm born and raised in Croydon, but I never grew up in a household that was about football. Like I grew up in like the 80s/90s, and it just football wasn't the national sport in
Yeah.
our house. It was athletics. So I didn't understand the culture of like, supporting someone from where you live. And I didn't understand any of that. I just like, who do I
Yeah.
like? What players do I like? I like that team. That's how it happened. But Palace, if I could go back, Palace would be my team. So I'm going to go for Palace. And you know what? They're doing all right, man. They're doing all right. They're steady. They're hard to beat. They can score good goals, and they're resilient. They're resilient as well. Don't laugh at me, man. They're
It's the
resilient.
hard to beat part where I'm like, I hear you. I hear what you're saying. Mateta's there. I hear you. Wharton with footballs. I hear you.
And you know what? In adversity, they always come through. And they lost Eza in the summer. Before that,
Who?
they lost
Where did he go
who?
again? I can't remember. Where did he go?
Who Eza?
Where did he go? Yeah, where did he go?
He went Arsenal, innit?
Okay, champions elect. Okay, good to know. Great to know.
Great. Do you know what? When I saw that he went there, I was like, what a signing. Because he was nearly going to go Spurs, right? He nearly went Spurs.
Very,
Put the
very
call
good.
into Arteta and made it happen. But yeah, great signing, great player. But yeah, Palace they're resilient. Even when they lose players, they find a way to kind of just keep on going and keep on winning and playing well. So I think that's me right now. I think also as well, I feel like I'm winding down for the year. So I'm not going ham like Arsenal or Chelsea or Man City, but I'm just nice. I'm winding
You're
down for
nicking
the year.
results.
Yeah, man. Yeah, nicking them results before the Christmas period.
Love that, man. At the moment, I'm really thinking about what version of me do my family get, right? And I know that because a lot of stuff I'm doing is so visible, I used
Mm.
to really prioritize that presentation of myself because it was going to be seen by way more people
Yeah.
and it impacts how much money I earn or how people feel about paying me as much money as they pay me or whatever. But then I realized more recently, I started flipping it on its head. So around about 2021, I completely flipped it on its head and I prioritize that between 10 and 3 when they are at school, that's when I'm on. But outside of that, I'm off. I'm just offline and I really do make sure the mornings, especially bedtimes, especially, they get a really good experience. Do you feel like they get the best of you, your family? Do you think they see the best of you?
I think the majority of the time, yes. I'm very tired at the moment. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a very, very long year. We've done some amazing things this year, whether it's, played to 100,000 people at Radio One's Big Weekend in May, whether it's go on tour with Will Smith, whether it's DJing abroad. We've done some incredible things. So I'm just tired right now. I've done a lot. I've built up a lot of air miles. Um, so I'm tired. So I think once I've got a bit of rest under my belt, I'll be back in the game. But like I think I'm pretty good. I think I'm pretty good. But like my family are quite especially my partner, she's very outdoorsy. She doesn't like to linger indoors for too. I'm a very indoorsy person. She's a very like, let's go for a walk or let's go to the park, let's get some fresh air. Let's take the kids out, even if we're just like, just going out for the sake of going out. She's very much, let's get out of the house. So that does force me a lot to kind of, just it's an easy way to get minutes in with your kids and kind of like do things that are, not mundane. You're getting fresh air and you can just, there's always a photo opportunity when you're outside as well. So it's nice. It's nice.
Who is your accountability partners? Who's the team that check in on you and say the uncomfortable thing when they can see that you're not being at your best, right? Who's that group of people?
So I'm one of four. I'm one of four siblings. There's myself. I've got twin brothers. I'm not a twin. I've got younger twin brothers. They're 2 years younger than me. And my youngest brother is 4 years younger than, sorry, 6 years younger than me. So my brothers tend to check in with me a lot. We check in with each other. We're very close. But my brother, one of the twins the other day, Lewis, he's the elder twin. He's older by 2.5 minutes, like he likes to tell
I feel like he definitely lets everyone know
he
that.
tells everyone that all the time. He got a little bit annoyed with me the other day because he was like, "Ricks, man, like I saw that on your Instagram that you were out the country, like doing like some DJ gig or something." I was like, "Yeah, I was literally gone for 24 hours. Like literally like gone and come back before I wasn't like I was out there partying. I literally flew out there, did the DJ set, picked up my bag and came straight back." And he was like, "But you didn't tell no one. Like you didn't tell us." And I was like, "Well, like Nat knows, like my partner knows, and like like my house knows." He's like, "Yeah, but we don't know. Did mum know? Did you tell mum?" I was like, "No, I didn't tell mum, but I ain't spoke to mum since last week." Like, do you know what I mean? I was there and back in like he was like, "Nah, bro, that's not it." He's like, "What if something happened to you? What if we needed you and you're not in the country? We don't know where you are." So little things like that. Sometimes you just have to go, you know what? Yeah, yeah, 100%. And I like that.
That
I
makes
like
me
being checked on.
so happy. I have this thing, yeah, that in our community, if I leave the country, you have to tell someone, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know anybody else that really does it. It's like,
yeah.
it doesn't matter how long, where I'm going. I could be going in and out the same day. They don't care. They're like, no, tell us you left the country. Because what if someone says there's something happened to you? I don't even know. And you're like, yeah, that's right.
That's it.
So I had this thing about being a grown man in a family. The
Mm.
role is bigger than you could ever imagine. I don't know if your dad was around and he played an active role and he taught you these things, right? But no one really taught me these things. I kind of found out a little bit more how accountable I am. And basically
Yeah.
it's borderline invasive, but it's love, isn't it? It's like, all right, I'm leaving the country to make money. I'll be back.
So I was lucky enough to grow up with like both parents. I had a brilliant childhood. I always say this, my childhood, looking back now, was just full of all the things that you would deem to be a good childhood. Like, I just remember like BMXs and like runouts and playing, what time do I have to be back? Just be back before dark, that sort of stuff. Like them sort of days. Going to knock for your friends, all of that stuff. I lived through all of that. It was incredible. But you're right. My dad was very much, he was that guy in terms of just accountability. He was a very strong person with how he carried himself. First of all, he was a carpenter. So my dad felt like he could do anything. I saw my dad build stuff and I was like, how has he done that in a few hours? I saw him build like a loft conversion or build our shed outside that had electricity, and it was easy. He was incredible, an incredible person. Sadly, he passed away at the start of the year. He had vascular dementia. Yeah, we found out that he had vascular dementia in 2019. And obviously it's a slow kind of process with dementia. And he passed away at the top of the year. So this year, I basically had no time off since he passed away in January, because all my time off was taken to sort out the funeral and all of that sort of stuff. So when I say that I'm tired, I've had no time off throughout the whole year, and it's been a very busy year. So I'm now in December, and I'm just like, I need some time now to just like reset, do nothing for a couple of weeks, and then come back stronger.
What is your things that you do to repair? What's the selfish things that you do that aren't necessarily just like eating snacks in front of the TV, which is definitely a valuable one. Let's not dishonor that. What's your repair that kind of gets you on a more of a spiritual level, on a emotional level, on a physical level? Do you know where to go for that?
So first and foremost, I think without even having to go anywhere or do anything, music is, it can transport me, like most people, it can transport me to, so back to my childhood, back to times when, you felt like you were just like had not a care in the world, back to, it's such a powerful medium. And I use it quite a lot. I think it's really important that people use music when they're, they might be feeling down, or it can enhance a situation when you're feeling on top of the world. It's so important to my life, because it can massively help with my mood, like massively. And funnily enough, the NHS Healthy Choices Quiz has given me some information on that as well, and does say like if you're suffering from not depression as such, but if you sometimes you get a bit stressed out, or you feel it, yeah, you feel low mood, you got a bit of anxiety about something, that like a bill or whatever it might be, it could be anything. But music is a really good way to kind of counteract that, and I use that quite a lot. But in terms of just like on a spiritual level, just being around my kids, honestly, just makes me the happiest ever. And Liverpool winning.
It's completely out of your control and very unlikely based on what I've seen. If you were standing in front of everybody that you know, right, and this quiz was something that you were really trying to drive into them as a valuable tool, what would be the message that would move them into action?
So the message from me would be that because it's a free quiz, we can all do it. We can all access it. It's so easy to use, and it takes maximum of 5 minutes. It's so straightforward. And then the results that you get from it, from such a small thing, from such a quick thing that you can do online, is absolutely incredible. And it gets you that one step closer to just having a healthier lifestyle. And you can just do it through very, very simple and incremental things that we do in everyday life. Very, very simple.
Powerful. Rickie, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been incredible. I kind of feel like we could, there's areas of this that I really wanted to do more in, and we run out of time, but please, let's definitely do this again one day. And I definitely want to come and hang out while you work one time.
Yeah, man, definitely. We'll make it happen. We've been saying this for a long time, that every time I bump into you, I think I saw you on Oxford Street or Regent Street a little while back, and we were like, we need to make it happen. But yeah, let's do it. We have to do it. I'd love to chat to you.
No more reasoning. I hear you. I appreciate you. I hope you get some rest over this holiday. And it sounds like you're a very loving family to spend Christmas with, which is the ultimate experience. So I'm really, really happy for you, King.
Big up, Marv. You too, man. Keep up the good work, bro. I see you. You pop up on my feed. The algorithm loves you. My algorithm loves you, bro. I see you a lot.
But make sure you don't mute me, man. I appreciate it.
No. You never get muted. Nah, big up, brother.
King. That was amazing. What you've heard is not a man selling a lifestyle. It's two grown-up, successful, hardworking men pouring our hearts out to each other, sharing and exploring what really is the cause of our overworking. What are we doing it for? I love what he said about why he's doing it for and his family and the role that he plays in his community. Very similar to me. And you heard it in the details, the late night sleeping, the traveling and not telling people that you're traveling. All of these things are incredible and important parts of a busy man's lifestyle that kind of gets away from him, but all is not lost. As he mentioned, he believes that he is Crystal Palace, and that's where he is in his life right now. I love that answer. Plucky overachievers punching above their weight, winning an FA Cup. Can't be too sad about that. Him showing up as a dad, friend, partner, colleague in all the different places that he needs to show up. And that's the power of something as simple as a 5-minute quiz. And not because a website magically fixes your life, but it does give you just a little bit of wiggle room in your everyday practices to make some real improvements. And it tells you in numbers, this is the lifestyle that I am living. These are the consequences. These are the small things that I need to do to make the necessary adjustment. And that's the real distinction. No punishment, no limitations, just ownership of what you're contributing to your own challenges. Owning what you eat, owning how you move, owning what you drink, all are really important parts of your next step to reach your best self. The Healthy Choices Quiz is just a doorway. 5 minutes, a score out of 10, and a plan built on an NHS tools and app on a platform that already exists and is already free. But it doesn't take any individual medical information into account. It tells you how the life that you've been living can impact your health and well-being. Make sure you like and subscribe, and then comment below anything that you feel that you didn't understand or you want more information on, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.